Hello, I'm Chylli from channel Chylli, also known as Try, and we are back with more Deep Sleep Labyrinth of the Forsaken. Now I did about like 30 off-camera runs, so... I also looked at a playthrough online to see what the other upgrades are. I haven't actually bought any of them, which was a pain in the ass for fighting the enemies that I was going through, but... we should be able to beat the boss fairly easily now after we do this. Okay, so Desperate Punch, I didn't think it was very useful because it just gives you one extra well, no, it gives you an unarmed attack you can use when you run out of weapons. But unlocking that unlocks all of the weapon skills that you will need, so... and we have a little bit extra, so maybe we go with... Gee, sorry, that was a violent sneeze there. Okay, and now I think we're finally ready to take on a boss now. So yeah, to get that much I went through the cave like 30 times or something. I believe each run through the cave is like 30... or sorry, it's like 500 echoes. So it was probably something like that. I don't know, I didn't count very well, but it was definitely around there. But now we have the boss to beat now. I don't know, guys, am I allergic to recording or something? Because I always start sneezing as soon as I start recording. Alright, now when we get into combat here, this will be way different than it was earlier. There's also the pills in the fridge, which I believe you can use to reset your skill points so you don't have to grind, but I don't want to give up the perks I already had, so... And now if we run out of weapon, we can always punch as well, which will allow us to do a bunch more damage. They won't feast upon anyone's emotions anymore. So yeah, I went online and I looked at someone else's playthrough on how they did this fight, and it turned out they had, some of the perks that I just got, and it made the fight basically easy, so... What do they call that person I should seek? The prisoner? If the prisoner knows where my brother might be... I need to find that prisoner first. And look at that, we got another handful of echoes we can use now. I feel like Critical Hit could be really fun if it actually procs anytime. The casino was almost exactly what I expected it to be, but somehow still worse. People addicted to gambling and alcohol, people manipulated into forfeiting their dreams and hopes. All of that for a chance to get close to a trio of singers, actual predatory sirens. Before I ended their cruel reign, they told me that there's a person that might know something about my brother. He is simply known as the prisoner. I'm not sure if they were just toying with me or if this is the truth. One more place to check, one more chance of finding the answers. Report 12B, interview of a witness to the incident, Miss B. Barnes. Yes, I knew him all right. He was such a kind young man, helping me carry the groceries up the stairs whenever that damn elevator was out of order, which happened a lot, actually. They should really do something about that. It's unbelievable how... What was I? Oh, right. Thomas, such a lovely man, so kind, so helpful. Did I mention he used to carry my groceries? Yes, I believe I did mention that. Well, everything was different on one night. I saw him in the corridor. I woke up when I heard a scream and I went outside to check, mostly because Mr. Williams next door had that emergency medical situation recently and I wanted to see if he needed help. Are you sure you don't want any tea? Where was I? Oh yes, if it were not for... It was not Mr. Williams he screamed. I'm almost sure it was Thomas. I saw him in the corridor and he looked like the devil himself. walking weirdly, dressed up very scruffily, shirt partly out of his pants, barefoot, hair in a total mess. I've never seen him like this. I stepped back into my apartment as soon as I saw him, and he gave me that look, that gaze. I felt cold, like completely freezing. Mind you, I have rheumatoid arthritis to be precise. Just last week I saw a doctor about it and, back on topic, Thomas's eyes were like black holes, something evil deep within them. Not like he was planning something, just like if he was, I don't know. It was like he was sleepwalking, but not really, you know. Either way, I slammed the door shut so fast, like it was Death himself chasing me. He wasn't even approaching my apartment, just walking by, yet I felt like if I turned away from the door, he would be there, standing with those weird eyes and some wicked smile. They found him dead the same night, right? Shame. He was such a good man, helped me with groceries so many times because of the elevator. I think I mentioned it, but would you please inform the building management that they have to do something about the elevator already? Maybe they will listen to a proper authority. Now, would you perhaps want some tea? Who would have thought some of Thomas's neighbors were nice? Hi there, Amy. Alex here. It's been a while. Sorry you didn't hear from me. I was really busy. And also, I thought I'd give you some space. Don't want to bother you with my silly concerns. Either way, that old dog, right? The owner finally decided it's time. We're scheduling the procedure tomorrow. Just remember, sometimes it's better to let someone go. Just remember that, okay? Thanks. Bye. Okay, now we gotta deal with the puppet master. I don't know how easy this is gonna be. Hopefully we get some additional decent weapons around here. I doubt there's any other thermoses around, but we'll look around anyway. little extra cleave there just to deal with the puppets easier. I'm looking for the prisoner. Since you know so much about me, you must know who I'm looking for. Indeed, you're after your brother, the puppet controlled by darkness itself. Actually, I was going to ask you about someone known as the prisoner. Oh, the prisoner, the elusive prisoner, the one and only, such a unique individual. He would make such a delightful puppet if only you were a part of my collection. Alas, he has walked away out of my reach. That much I know, I need to find him. Do you know where he is? If I do, why should I tell you? Because you've got nowhere to run, I've got you with your back against the wall. Such bravery and determination, I almost forgot what it's like, what with all my mannequins being so perfectly obedient. Very well, since you managed to amuse me, consider the invention. Excuse me? You wanted to know where he was kept, where the prisoner is imprisoned, so to speak. Consider the invention. A creation of a sick mind overfilled with passion and ambitions from a long, long time ago. There, I indulge in your request. Not that it matters. You can keep that knowledge, although you'll lose the will to use it once I'm done with you. I've heard similar words from the likes of you, and you know what? You're the last one, the last mistake created by my brother for me to correct. Emotions and ambitions have led so many astray before. You're no different. I've seen it on their faces, and I see it on yours. A face doesn't fit you, Amelia. Let's get rid of it. Okay, puppet master time. And there we go, we win. My ambitions are mine to keep. Nothing will stop me from finding Thomas. Carceridium Vision, created by someone a long time ago. The prisoner is supposed to be there, so that is where I should go, but how? I need to find Tutu. They will know what to do next. So yeah, it turns out speaking into combat makes you better at combat. Who would have imagined? You know what? I bet this works for the camera as well. The upper attic was the hideout of the madman. Mannequins posing as puppets everywhere. The whole place decorated like some sort of theater, waiting for the play that never starts. The puppet master was the one creating the mannequins by removing ambitions and individuality from the sleeping people. Before I dispatched the monster, I finally learned where the prisoner is hiding. Carceridium Vision. Imaginary prisons, whoever that is. I need to find Tutu and ask them about it. Carcerie Division, otherwise known as the Imaginary Prisons, is a series of etchings created by the Italian architect, archaeologist, and artist Giovanni Battista. Piranesi, in the middle of the 18th century, the drawings depict enormous underground chambers filled with stairs, passageways, and columns containing various kinds of mechanisms. Drawbridges, wheels, cables, pulleys, and levers. Heavy brick and stone structures span multiple levels, composing an unsettling environment. Enriched by Roman-style arches and bas-reliefs depicting lions and people. Cantilevered passageways hang over chasms obstructed by massive iron bars or wooden blockades. The stone vaults are filled with chains, gallows, and instruments of torture. Some of the etchings display deliberate impossible geometries, blocked passages, or darkened and seemingly endless staircases. These works are personal. It is said the imaginary prisons were created during the delirium of the fever, suggesting that Piranesi had seen these Gothic halls in a dream or a series of dreams in sickness. Whatever pushed the Italian artist to produce the Carcere Division. Invention. The etchings are undoubtedly a display of an eerie labyrinthine visions that inspired later generations, including Edgar Allan Poe and Moritz Cornelis Edgar. Drawings of places from feverish dreams. I am sorry, I know I am butchering that Italian. Hi Amy, how are you doing? The boss was asking about you, as in if you were coming back. I told him to go to hell. I mean, not literally, but come on, feel the room, man. You need time, and there's nothing that can be done about it. That being said, I hope you won't take too much more of that time. Not sure how much longer we can justify this leave of yours here. The clinic won't run itself. I've got to be brief this time, but I'll try reaching out to you again tomorrow. Okay, this looks like a perfect place to find Tutu. Where is that Sphinx? Why are things never easy here? Okay, I mean, you've been through so much, they shouldn't be too difficult in comparison. Maybe I can do something to summon Tutu. Oh no, not this thing again. I have to run. Today we just gotta loop him around as we go run and press these pressure plates, I guess. Okay, and that should do it. Now we just need to get back to the statue in the middle. Amelia, quick, get behind me. Jesus Christ, 10 block damage is insane. Amelia, are you alright? Yes, thank you. Did you kill it? You cannot kill what is not alive, but yes, I have destroyed that shadow. What are you doing here? I was looking for you, actually. I've got important news to share. Why was I attacked? It was only a matter of time. They had been sensing your activity, circling around like a pack of wolves. First, just watching, observing. They attacked because they sensed a mind detached from its body, same as it was with your brother. They really don't like when people meddle with things in the realm of dreams. Precisely, it angers them, it provokes them, but even more so, it makes them sense their prey. They're like spiders hiding in the darkness, while walking in the dream awake is to them like tapping on their web. It alerts them. They know there is a potential victim for them to claim. Please, I've had enough of spiders. I think something bad has happened to John. He went to that attic, investigated the mannequins, and then he sorta became one of them. From your description, it sounds like he has fallen under the influence of their creator. It happens when your will is weaker than the nightmare you face. Is he gone? I doubt that is the case. Few things can really harm a human here, even if they are aware of where they are. Otherwise, humanity would not survive long, sleeping every night. I'm almost sure you will meet Joshua again, sooner or later. That being said, be careful, Amelia. You have displayed the will to help and save Joshua more than once. This becoming a custom will inevitably lead to a situation where, in the end, his fate ultimately depends on your actions. I bumped into a crazy helicopter pilot, at least I assumed she was one. Was there anything that indicated a crash helicopter, for instance, which might also indicate that she didn't take any lessons on landing? She was really angry, not evil, not like the nightmares I've encountered, just angry. Anger and evil are two different things. The most selfless person in the world can feel anger, while the doer of the most vile deeds might never even raise their voice over whisper. I wouldn't call her the most selfless person, but it just felt like she was lost. She was looking for something important and she couldn't find it. That is what dreams are for, Amelia, looking for answers, but also finding an outlet for emotions. If you witnessed her anger and violence, it was probably never really aimed at you. You just found yourself in the way. It doesn't really justify violence in my world, Tutu. It does here, since most of their time the violence here is harmless. I gave her a map. I don't know what she was looking for exactly, but I hope she finds it. Sometimes all it takes is a gentle nudge in the right direction. I've met myself, a different version of myself, but it was just like it was just a masked mannequin. Maybe it was just my imagination this time around, a dream turning against me. Perhaps it might have been a representation of your own grief, not sadness after losing your brother, but anger aimed at your own actions or the lack thereof. So in a way, I've become a puppet too. We all sometimes become puppets, losing control and letting our emotions take over, or letting others gain control of us because of sad emotions. We all have our griefs, our regrets. It's sometimes better to face them like you did rather than run away from them. So, you have your own statue at home? That is an unjust oversimplification, Amelia. The temple was dreamed up by my people long ago. The statues you saw was a manifestation of the memory of their visions. Because like you said, you were looking for me, it was that statue that caught your searching mind like a magnet. I didn't find my brother, but I've encountered something terrible. It was a huge spider, a talking one, a queen of spiders, believe it or not. She was hunting dreaming people to cocoon them and feed them to her offspring. It is worse than I thought, and that might just be the beginning. Come again. What you encountered was an abomination, a nightmare element that should not roam freely, at the very least not of this lair. They're moving between depths, emerging from the bottom of the ocean like starved predators looking for unaware fish near the surface. And as the walls are becoming thinner, it only takes so much time before the ceiling gives way and collapses. I would appreciate it if you just talked normally. The world of dreams is falling apart. What does that even mean? Nightmares, shadow people, terrible abominations running wild and wreaking havoc everywhere? That can't be good. Can you do something to fix it? I can do very little to fix the dream. I am but a pattern on a fabric. It is up to the weaver to patch it if it's torn. I recall asking you to speak in a bit more straightforward manner. My apologies, you are one of the people that dream. This place is not made solely by you, but you can influence it more than I. You mean I can fix it? In theory. I'll do anything I can to help. Thank you, Amelia. I mean, you are of noble heart and brave spirit. I'm also sure that in the process you'll be able to locate your brother. I get it, my brother has caused all the problems, so if I want to find him, it means I have to keep looking for trouble. Precisely, finding another abomination sounds like a logical next step. Although something tells me you already did that, did you not? I did actually, and I'll tell you all about it. I fought another one of those abominations. What was it this time? I've encountered 3 sirens, charming at first glance, but monsters underneath. They were luring dreaming people into staying with them forever, taking away their hopes and turning it into desperation. Did he manage to learn anything? I'm afraid my search in the meantime has turned out to be fruitless. I might have some lead, although not to Thomas directly. Apparently there's a person known as the Prisoner who might know something about my brother. Are they a traveler, a dreamer like you, or an abomination like the ones you've met? Not sure, I kinda hoped you'd tell me. I wish I was omniscient like that, but do we know why this person is called that? Well, my assumption is because he is a prisoner somewhere, obviously. I thought you'd know where all the prisoners end up in this world so we can go and... This is not specific enough, I'm afraid. There are many places of imprisonment in the realm of dreams. Like the sarcophagus I found you in, I suppose. I still don't know why you were in there, and I still wonder. This is not important. Why do you always avoid talking about this? I should have earned your trust by now. You're right, Amelia. I'm sorry. You have my trust, and I do believe you were ready to hear this. I've been entombed by none other than Thomas, or what he has become. So how did this mighty being, a dream guardian, get themselves imprisoned by an ordinary person like Thomas? Your brother is far from being an ordinary person, Amelia. With his body dead, he found himself being a lost soul in this realm, neither a shadow person nor a human. I might be a guardian, but it is humans who make and shape the dreams. When he fully realized that, Thomas managed to entomb me within. I tried to resist, but his anger was too strong. Anger? Indeed, he was confused and vengeful. He blamed me for not saving him, for not being able to protect him. My brother wouldn't do such a thing. I'm sure he would have understood you couldn't save everyone. It is easy for you to say. It was a difficult encounter. I wish not to talk about this, at least for now. I do trust you will respect my wish, Amelia. For now, just proceed with your quest as you were. We need to find where that prisoner is, especially if that is our only lead. And if I may add, you have been doing the Realm of Dreams an enormous favor with your actions so far, vanquishing most of the nightmare. On the day's work or night's work. Anyway, I have more updates on the matter. I would assume so. After all, you were looking for me here for a reason. It was a puppeteer, a twisted creature that was turning people into an army of faceless mannequins, seeking away their free will and any sign of individuality. Amelia, you have done the Realm of Dreams a great favor by removing the threat of those nightmarish creatures, yet made the Land of Sleep a much safer place to other travelers. You're welcome. I'm glad I was able to help you. Even if my chase after Thomas turns out to be pointless, then at least I've done some good, right? A truly admirable attitude. I'm thankful for your efforts, and hopefully the search for your brother will not turn out to be fruitless. Either way, I did manage to discover something, the location of the prisoner. I know where to find him. Or at least I know where the place is called. Carceri di Invasione, that's the name I've heard, and I really hope it rings any bells because it wasn't easy to memorize. Carceri di Invasione, imaginary prisons, yes, I know where that is. It is not a place you would want to find yourself in, Amelia, trust me. Why is it that bad? To say it is hostile is to say nothing. I can point you to it, but I recommend avoiding it and finding another way of locating Thomas. No, Tutu, I've spent too much time and effort on this already. The prisoner is my only lead. And you think that this prisoner might know something about your brother? Exactly, from what I've gathered, the prisoner is a sole witness to what has happened. A witness, yes. Is something wrong with that? No, just be careful where you place your trust, Amelia. That person is a prisoner for a reason. I get it, a bad, dangerous place with a prisoner that may or may not be trustworthy. Please, show me how to get there. So be it. The imaginary prisons are located below the lair you have already scouted in the realm of dreams. It has very few access points. One of them would be a cave in the forest you have already visited. Step into the portal. Once you wake up, you should know how to reach your destination. Thank you, Tutu. Do not thank me, Amelia. I'm putting you in great danger by sending you there. I will follow you, and if we manage to find each other, I will provide my help as much as I can. In that case, see you there. Be careful, Amelia. I believe we are getting fairly close to the end of the game now. Glad my grinding paid off and we were able to beat those enemies. I found Tutu, but before that happened, the shadow people found me. I had to run away. Good thing that Sphinx showed up to save the day, or night. Either way, they easily defeated the shadow chasing me, and I had a chance to share all my findings with them. In return, I've been told where to find the imaginary prisons. Tutu warned me against going there, but knew that it wouldn't stop me. It's the only lead I have. Patrol unit responding to the call present on site at 3:30 a.m. The deceased is a Caucasian male around 30 years old, blonde hair, blue eyes. No documents or ID present with the deceased. The deceased was found lying on the pavement at the corner of the legible and illegible streets with visible head injury. No footwear on the deceased, other clothes complete but worn negligibly. The paramedic team present first at the site had announced the deceased's death at 3:27 a.m. No further evidence was found on site. Eyewitnesses reported that the deceased, before collapsing, displayed hostile behavior, shouting nonsense and unsuccessfully attempting to shove at least one pedestrian under an oncoming vehicle. Because of the late hour, the number of witnesses was relatively low. Eyewitness testimonies transcribed on site during the patrol response. For privacy reasons, name of the individual witnesses are only available in a separate addendum. Please refer to the investigation number. He was shouting he's finally free. He was drunk or something. Profanity, drug addict. A good thing he didn't hurt anyone. He laughed and pushed the other guy who almost got ran over, damn maniac. Instead of stuffing yourself with donuts, you should be cleaning the city of scum like him. It's gruesome, and so unlike Thomas, he would never act like this, not unless he was drugged or possessed. Hi Amy, it's me, Alex. Not much to say this time around. We all miss you. I'd love to hear back from you, you know. I hope you at least listen to all of these. Wouldn't take much of your time today. You're probably busy with whatever you're doing there. Take care. And onward we go to the imaginary prisons now. I saw like this tiny ledge there and I thought I might be able to get around. Nathan Harvez, 32, AB Plus, side real plexus sleeper unit, real imaginary, confirmed real, mental health reevaluation. Joshua Seymour, 36, A plus. Or sorry, A positive, Journal Western Sunrise Telegram, confirmed real. Ronald, unknown, senior chief porter at Somnolent Wells Hotel, confirmed imaginary, on duty at the hotel. Malcolm, 27, a negative, sidereal plexus sleeper unit, confirmed real, taken by the shadow people. Rebecca Fendrickies, 22, unknown, salesperson at clothing store, confirmed imaginary. Amelia, 28, O negative, veterinarian, unknown. Oh no, I don't like this at all. Okay, so it slows the targeted one by 3, but the others by 2. Wow, this place is really big. Okay, well, we are not going to drop him down onto the spikes, and I don't really know how to make this stay down. Well, wait a second before we do that. Look around more. Wow, I can't believe this whole thing just led to a dead end here. Alright, well, that's where we're gonna leave off for today's video. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time when we continue with more Deep Sleep Labyrinth of the Forsaken. Until then, bye!